Hey, I'm Will and Noble Locksmith, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Car Key Wizard. I'm an automotive locksmith, and while I definitely don't know it all, I have learned some tricks along the way that I hope will help you while you're out in the field. One thing you can do to help me out, though, would be to subscribe to my channel. And if you like my videos, leave a comment or ask a question, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I make a lot of videos, so if there's something you'd like to learn more about or a video you'd like to see on a car we're working on, just let me know in the comments and I'll put it up as soon as I can. Thanks, and I hope you enjoy watching my videos.
Alright, Love Locksmith, we're going to attempt to program a new Bmw ECU. So the first thing we're going to do is open up our Hexprog. Actually, first thing we should do is connect our Hexprog. So we're going to connect that, power it up. This is our Siemens. I think it's a Continental, technically. Oh shit, I already had Hexprog set up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to select BMW. Now what we're looking for is the DME is MSV70, so that's really what matters to us. So V70, so it's a Continental, that's fine. Alright, so this is a boot mode system, so click next. Alright, now read, write. So first we're going to have to read this one because this is the ORI. This is my original. I marked that ORI. So these things they have these little tabs on them, things like this, and you just got to pry these tabs off. They just kind of click over. You just pry them off. I can't remember how it goes, like that. You just pry them off. Just set that to the side. And if you click on wiring, all right, so you can see that that's what we got. So we're going to use our Hexprog adapter, and what we're looking for is this right here. So you can just hold this up and just tell it's identical here. So there is here, blown up view there. And we can tell that's the same. We got our solder warmed up, and then what we're going to do is use this adapter, the MPC adapter, and it's really just pretty easy. I mean, this color coded. It tells you what goes where, so you know. There's your pin 1, so 2 down from pin 1 you got your ground. Your ground is right here. All right, it's already comes ready to go, so we're going to stick a little bit of solder on there, put that one there, and you got your reset, and it's going there. I mean, it's color coded. So one thing you do have to watch out for, this one isn't asking for 12 volt, but you have 12 or power, but you do have 12 volt and you have 5 volt. So when you see red, just know you got to double check that to read these. Surprised this doesn't need power, but don't stick power on there if it doesn't say to. So I'm going to get to soldering. If you don't know how to solder, the only way to learn is to practice. Go to the junkyard, get you some circuit boards and or some modules, ECUs. Get some CAS 3s and 4s. Get some CASI modules and just start soldering and pulling data. So I'm going to solder this, and then we'll come back in a little bit and get back to it. Alright, we've got everything wired up. Now we just clicked on read internal flash. So as you can see, we're booting up. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to put a folder on here. Right now I'm just going to name it Herson because I know this is my buddy here. Gosh, you know what? I don't know if this is his or not. I got 2 of these to do. Well, we're just gonna save it in here either way. So we're gonna call this ORI. Internal flash. ORI. Get out of the way. Internal flash. I'm gonna save that. Alright, so what I had to do was, of course, I soldered on these points, and then I had to connect my ground and my 12 volt in 2 different places. So now let's read your external flash. Okay. Reading external flash. Put this bad boy back on my head. Alright, and this is how you program any ECU. You can program, but what we actually have to do on the German stuff is we have to clone it. So I should say clone instead of program. So what we're doing is we're cloning this one to a new one. So I usually charge anywhere from $300 to $500. This one's probably going to be upwards of 500, but I'm here because it's a mechanic shop and they're changing my brakes while I'm here, so I'm going to give him a deal, and he sends me a lot of work. So yeah, we're going to hook him up a little bit. Pretty sure this is his. If not, I'm going to jump on his before I write this back. But as you can see, the write process is the same. Like, you know, we're going to read this, we're going to save this, we're going to call this external, or Ori external flash. You get a system down with how you label stuff so you remember. Okay, so now we're going to do external EEPROM. Read that. Well, basically all you're going to do to write it back, we're going to solder on, we're going to plug in just like we've done here, and we're just going to go through one by one and write it back, and it's going to open up the folder when we write it back, and we're just going to select these files. So we're going to call this Ori external EEPROM. Alright, so the hardest part of this job is soldering, which once you do a handful of soldering jobs, you'll see it's actually pretty easy. So we're done here. And that's it, man. So oh, but before I started, I missed that part. I did a backup, so I backed everything up. So in case anything went wrong, I could always back up and restore. It's not necessarily needed on this one because you obviously put it on a new one, but on the new one, it would be more important to back it up and just have that file. Always save a backup, no matter what you're doing. Always save a backup. So we're just going to stop now. Stop recording. I'm going to go ahead and unsolder all these joints and unplug this. I'm just going to set this one. This one's done. So we're done with this one. So talk to you in a bit. All right, got the new one soldered back in, and what I'm going to do, I just read it. I just want to do a read real quick because I do want to save this data. So I'm going to call this one new internal flash. Okay, and we're just going to go through these one by one, your internal, external, and EEPROM. Basically we're backing that up. We're not going to use these just in case something bad happens. We need to get it back clean. Yeah, again, all I've done is soldered these new ones on there. Super easy solder. It comes with pads, like solder pads. It's really nice. And then you're just going to plug in. I got two 12 volts in the ground. Yeah, I'm going to pull these and then get back. Okay, we're back at it. We've got all the data pulled from this new ECU just to save, and then we did a backup. Backup's basically just going to take these three forms of data and put it in one, which just makes it easier to restore. So now what we're going to do is go back to Eternal Flash. We're going to write. So then we're going to pull back and select our original internal flash to be written. Okay. So first it's going to erase, and then it's going to write. And I'm just going to stop this and come back in a second because it'll take a minute or two to get all three of these written, but pretty straightforward. You're going to write internal flash, select it, write, wait. Select external flash, write, wait. External EEPROM, write it, and then you're done. Just carefully unsolder your joints, stick it in the car, and that's really all we can do. At that point, I'm not a mechanic. I know how to clone these. I know how to program computers with dealer software, and with this tool called Hexprog, we can program based off of the VIN. We can get the coded data from a lot of the manufacturers. Okay, this is writing. Okay, so we completed there. Maybe I'll just hold on because external usually goes a little quicker. So we're going to write. We're going to go to our Ori external flash, and we're gonna write that one, so it's gonna probably erase and write. So that's going quick. I'll just hang out. Sean gets to edit this, so make him work. I hope you guys get into this stuff. If you're watching this, I hope you start doing this. I honestly don't know how much the Hexprog is. I can't remember. It's probably more than it should be, just like everything in this business. But once you get it, like in my area, there is nobody else that does this. Well, there's one company, but they don't call him. So that'll tell you something. And as you can see, really, if you've got a little bit of soldering skills you're working on, and this is really easy soldering on this board, and most ECU boards are set up like this. They're just made to solder to. I mean, it's got solder pads, so you don't have to drop any solder. All you're doing is heating it up and sticking it to it with a little flux. And then this is all color coordinated with wiring diagrams. Like you plug in your power here on your pins and your ground. You solder these here based off of this here and plug it in. Like it's not hard stuff to do. If you just take your time, watch some videos, watch this video. You can definitely do BMWs after watching these videos, but they're all pretty much the same. You just follow those instructions. Some of them you don't even have to crack the case. Some of them all you do is plug into the pins and do that, and that's a different type of mode. Okay, so we got that one done. Now we'll go to our external EEPROM. So ORI external EEPROM. This one should be really quick. EEPROM is always a lot faster than flash. So it lays your flash down, and then that's basically for the card, and then our EEPROM is really our the flash is more for like that make and model, and then the EEPROM is more for like that car specifically. So now we're done. So let's back up this because this is our new one, our new. We're going to call this the new, and that's it. And then we're going to unsolder these joints, and then put everything away and stick this in the car and tell the customer, well, I don't know if they're going to pay me anything. Maybe I'll get my brakes done for free. Yeah. And I got 2 more of these to do, and then I've got to program a Silverado transmission, but that's just a dealer tool, which I'll show you guys how to use that in a little bit. So thank you.